All right, hello and welcome to the tutorial about the x-axis on the International Phonetic Alphabet Table, which is the one across the top. This axis, what it describes is if you're the airflow coming out of the lungs, which are down here, by the way, right? You're the airflow, you're coming up through here, and eventually you're going to run into some sort of obstruction of some sort, right? So you're going to run into the making of a consonant, right? Which is why you move your tongue and your lips around when you're speaking, is because you're making those obstructions. This axis, so that the row across the top tells you where that obstruction happens in this little diagram of your face. This is your face, by the way, right? You've got your nose and your mouth, in case you've never seen one of these before. And we're just going to start at the left side and move to the right side. This is conveniently on the IPA table. This is the left and this is the right on the IPA table, so you can use that as a helpful thing, right? If you're getting pharyngeal and labiodental mixed up, you can remember that one's to the left and one's to the right. So first of all, our first category is bilabial, to lips, right? So these are sounds that are made by taking your lips and bringing them closer together or to a point where they're touching, right? So this is why you have P, B, M, br, and v are made there. Those are those sounds. And these are made with your lips. So that's pretty simple. Let's put the lips back where they were. And we can move on. So the next ones are made using a lip, but also using the teeth. So labiodental means lips and teeth, right? If we're using our lovely Latin. And usually these are made by this is a terrible image, but they're made by putting your lip between your teeth, your bottom lip between your teeth. I don't think there's any languages where people have documented top lip between the teeth, even though that's physically possible. You can go "va" like that, but I don't think it makes a difference in terms of the sound that much, so either one of those works. So this is "va," and you can get a nasal in there too, so you can go "ma," "ma," and "fa," and "ava," "ava," "awa." Right, so there are a bunch of different sounds you can make that way. All right, now we can really put the lips back in order. Oh, this is a little bit messy. Okay, the next category is dental. Now this would lead you to expect that it only involves teeth. This is actually impossible because you can't make sounds with just your teeth. Or at least not one that it's clear that your teeth are involved, right? That's not enough of a constriction. So these dental sounds are made with your tongue in your teeth, and usually the tongue goes in between the teeth. So this is basically the only sound that's really dental is th, which is an English sound. This is a rare sound cross-linguistically, but it's very common in English, and so in terms of how many speakers know how to use this sound, even though not many languages use this sound, a lot of speakers know how to use this sound. So that's your dental sound. You also get alveolar sounds, and these are really common. And they go on your alveolar ridge, which is right here. That's the name of this place. That is the place where you burn your mouth when you eat pizza. That's too hot. And usually alveolar sounds are made by taking the tip of your tongue and touching it to the roof of your mouth, or too close to the roof of your mouth. So these are sounds like T and D, N, R, D, A, da, A, da, S and Z, L. There's a bunch of different sounds that are made at this location. And then you get post-alveolar, where we only have a few sounds, and that's sounds where you take the tip of your tongue and put it a little bit above your alveolar ridge, right? So right there, but it's still the tip of your tongue. And so these are sounds like sh and zh. Excuse me. All of the sounds in that category are known as coronal sounds because they're using the tip of your tongue. That's just the word for them. So those sounds that are made using the tip of your tongue are known as coronals. Except for retroflex, retroflex are sometimes included as coronals as well. So retroflex sounds are made on the alveolar ridge or near the alveolar ridge usually, but they're made using the back of the tip of your tongue, right? So it's this part that comes close. So you end up with a sort of a funky little, that's an exaggeration of what a retroflex sound looks like, right? But you bend your tongue over backwards, sort of, in order to touch this part to your alveolar ridge. And so it ends up making all of the consonants sound a little bit like they're a little bit R-ish. So you can make a T that goes arta, 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 and it sounds like I'm saying arta to an English speaker, but it's actually arta, arta, arta. But that's how you recognize a retroflex sound. Palatal sounds are made a little farther back with your tongue, and they're made a little further back in the mouth. These are sounds made up in this region. So these end up sounding a little bit like you're mixing them up with Y's, right? So akya, akya, nya, hya, things like that. They sound a little bit ya sounds, right? So it's that part of your mouth when you say yeah and you feel that in your mouth, that's where palatal sounds are. Next we have velar sounds, which are even further back in the mouth. So this is your soft palate back here. If you go back, you can feel it sort of softer back there. And these are made with the back part of your tongue, and it comes up to there. So these are K's and G's, and ngs and khs if you speak a language with one of those. This little piece right here is called the velum, which is why they're called velar sounds. That's the technical name for the soft palate, is the velum. Moving back, we have uvular sounds, which are made back here against the back of the mouth, against the uvula. And then we have pharyngeal sounds, which are made by actually changing the shape of your throat down here. And last we have glottal stop sounds. These are the vocal cords, and these are made actually with the vocal cords. And so basically all you can get back here are a fricative, so we can get our H fricative, and we can get our glottal stop, which is just cutting off the air really suddenly. So as in uh-oh, are the sounds that we can get down there. All right, so I'll make another video going through the different rows in this table up and down.